Hello and welcome into this R&N News Break right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, go down below, hit that subscribe button. It's free to do. The quicker we get to 1,000 subscribers, the quicker YouTube will let us do mobile live streaming, which will vastly improve both the quality and quantity of coverage we're able to give you from the track this season, which starts in just a couple short days here. Monday, February the 8th. ARCA East Action, New Smyrna Speedway. But we're not talking about ARCA today. No, today we are talking about the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. ThorSport Racing announced their driver lineup for the 2021 season today. Not a lot of changes there. There was a manufacturer change. As was reported on a couple weeks ago, they are leaving Ford, and we now have confirmation that Toyota is the new manufacturer for ThorSport, realigning with Toyota for the first time since 2017. The driver lineup, though, stays pretty consistent as it has been the past couple of years. 3 of the 4 trucks not changing at all. The 13 is still Johnny Sauter, the 88 is still Matt Crafton, and the 99 is still Ben Rhodes. Where the changes come in is the 98 truck. Grant Enfinger will still pilot that truck for 12 races this season, including the season opener at Daytona. Now, those other 10 races will be driven by none other than one Mr. Christian Eckes, who, as we knew, lost his ride at Kyle Busch Motorsports over the offseason and has been searching for a ride for the 2021 season and has now found a home at ThorSport Racing in a part-time schedule, splitting that 98 truck with Grant Enfinger. We caught up with Christian just a little bit ago to talk about this change in his new part-time home at ThorSports. Let's check that out. And we're now joined by the newest member of ThorSport Racing for the 2021 season, Mr. Christian Eckes. Christian, how are you today?
I'm great, man. I'm just hanging at the house. I've had to wear a polo all day for interviews and stuff, so I'm not too pleased about that. I'm not a polo guy. I'm a t-shirt,
No?
so it's kind of the world we live in.
You don't like your polos?
I don't like polos, man. Like it gets all itchy, and I spent like 15 minutes, like for whatever reason, the OGO or Agio, whatever it is, polos have like the weirdest deal to whatever button it up. It's like a rubber thing that you have to try to put in, and it doesn't really want to. So
maybe you just need some better polos.
Hey man, this is polo. Don't be talking crap about my polo.
Well, it looks lovely. So let's talk about the announcement today. Obviously, I think it came as a shock to some people, although there were some rumors out there that this was going to happen. So talk to us. How did this come about? How did you end up at ThorSport?
Yeah, obviously, me and Kyle Busch Motorsports kind of split at the end of last year. Unfortunately, just COVID and everything messed a few things up to kind of make the deal happen. And here we were. I was, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, just wondering if I'd be racing or not, if I'd be watching the rest of the season. And I actually had a plan B lined up, full on. Like, I had to figure it out. I got a mortgage and everything, so I had to figure out what I needed to do. And I had talked to David Pepper, who's the general manager at ThorSport. I was putting out feelers, I think in October, whenever I kind of knew that I wasn't returning to KBM, and he said, it's a very small possibility. We're pretty set in stone, and I didn't really think twice about it. And I knew that the Toyota switch was a maybe, and thankfully that kind of got put into place. Being a Toyota driver and everything, I really got a lot of help and support to make the deal happen. And just really fortunate for everything to work out. But yeah, I got like a call 2 weeks ago that they wanted to do it. So definitely looking forward to it.
So this came together right at the last minute, like in the 11th hour.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, like I said, 2-3 weeks ago, I was betting on Plan B. So is what it is.
So did it come together because of the Toyota switch, or was it something else?
I wouldn't say it's because of the Toyota switch. I just feel like Toyota kind of got me, a little bit better through the door for it. Sorry, my dog's over there looking at random things. Yeah, but it just helped it all. I mean, the cards aligned perfectly. Obviously, I wanted to stay with Toyota. Toyota wanted to stay with me, and this opportunity kind of unfolded for it all to work, and thankfully everything kind of worked out.
Well, now you got to give us a dog update. We haven't had one of those in an interview for a while. How's she doing?
Yeah, it's a different dog now, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's not Bailey, it's Luna. Luna,
Okay.
Luna, come here.
Yeah, we got to see Luna.
Yeah, she's camera shy. Luna, come here. She's tiny. She's a 4-month-old Australian Shepherd Poodle mix.
Okay.
Yeah, come here, girl. Come here. Thanks. Come here.
Oh, there we go. Say hi to everybody, Luna.
Hey, Luna. Hey. Who's this?
So I guess Luna's going to do the rest of the interview now.
Yeah. I was getting held like a baby.
Nice. So,
good girl. Thank you. Hi, thank you. Good girl. Thanks. She's a cutie.
I never thought this interview would go this direction.
Look how cute she is, though.
I know. Yeah.
You're going to be big. She's 22.5 pounds already, so she'll be about like 68 is what they're thinking. So
wow.
She's a big girl. I'm not going to be able to hold her like this much longer.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Go back to eating her food.
All right, so let's talk about the part-time to this announcement. Yeah. Obviously not running for the championship this year because you're part-time.
Yeah.
In your mind, does that take some pressure off because you can now focus just on wins, or what does that do for your mindset?
Yeah, it's definitely a different perspective. Coming from full-time, in the last couple of years, I've had to race for points for the most part. I guess 2018 was probably the last year that I didn't have to race for points and have to worry about championship-wise. So, obviously for the team aspect, we have our owners championship on the line that we won. I guess I won one in 2019, and I obviously want to do that again. So there's still a lot of things on the line for points, but in the same aspect, I feel like me and Grant really have the same perspective on we're going for wins, and we're trying to win as many as we can. Both of us coming from contending in the playoffs last year to a part-time role is definitely a difference, but in the same aspect, I think we're both really grateful for the opportunity that Duke and Ron have given us.
So speaking of Grant, since you're splitting that truck with him, there's been a lot of talk today. There's been a lot of questions about why the 98 specifically is the one that they put you in to split with. What was the reason behind the 98 specifically putting you in that truck?
I don't really know. Just kind of the truck that Duke and everybody at ThorSport decided to put me in, and yeah, I'm not too sure about the specifics, but all I know is we're both part-time.
All right. Well, that's Christian Eckes going out trophy hunting this year in the truck series. 10 races, right?
10 races, 10 big ones.
That's right. 10 races. You'll get to cheer for Christian this year in that 98 truck for ThorSport. So Christian, thanks for joining us today. As always, good luck in those 10 races this year.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I want to thank Christian once again for coming on and chatting with us today. Always fun to talk to him. As we mentioned, ARCA East action starting up this coming Monday, February the 8th. New Smyrna Speedway for the Jeep Beach 175. Going to be a fun time down there. We will be at the track giving you coverage from that race for the first time in forever. I'm so glad to be able to be back at the track and give you some coverage from there. We unfortunately will not be at Daytona next weekend. Just didn't make logistical sense with the COVID restrictions that will be in place for media at that race. It just didn't make logistical sense to allocate that time to travel all the way down there just to be stuck in the media center the whole time when I can just as easily do everything that I can do in the media center from home, basically. So we will be at New Smyrna, will not be at Daytona, and every race after that we'll just go on a case-by-case basis, and I will let you know where we're going to be, whether we'll be at the track or we'll be not at the track. When we're not at the track, there will be a watch party, so those aren't going away. Any ARCA races that we are not at the track, you will still see a watch party this year. So still have a good time with those, and we'll still get our at the track action in this season as well. So I think that's going to just about do it for us on this one. Thank you as always to our Patreon supporter, Regional Manager William Holmes. Thank you for your support as always. It is greatly appreciated. If you would like to be a patron of RNN, the link is down below in the description, patreon.com/racingnewsnow. But I think that's going to just about do it. So as always, thanks for joining me. This has been an RNN News Break. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.